Hey fellow photographer, how's it going? I'm Michael Zelbel. Today I would like to talk about wide-angle photos, about flash photography and about the voice-activated light stand, because I think wide-angle photos are super awesome. They allow me to capture a big scene in one frame, but what I hear from wide-angle photographers a lot of times is that it's impossible for them to use flash because they don't know how to position the flash. The challenge is wide-angle photos, they've got a lot of space left and right the subject. You cannot position the flash over there because then it would be inside the frame. And today I've got exactly that problem. Over here on Lanzarote, I'm shooting bridal couples, and like all of these bridal couples, they want to have real wide-angle photos with a lot of scenery in the background. So I'm shooting on 17mm on a full frame camera. I need a flash because I really want my subjects to pop out. And at the same time, over here on Lanzarote, it's really bright, it's really windy, and that poses some extra challenges to me. My standard lighting would usually be to have the flash off camera at the side at an angle between 45 degrees and 90 degrees as seen from the camera. The bigger this angle gets, the closer I get to the 90 degrees, the more chances I have that the flash will be in the frame. One solution for that would be to move the flash more to the side so that it gets out of the frame again. But the bigger the distance is between flash and subject, the more light I lose on the way. And over here on Lanzarote, it's so bright that my flash anyway has to work really hard, so I cannot move it away from the subject all that much. So the only solution that I usually have is to bring it closer to the camera to make this angle much smaller. An extreme case of this would be to have the flash on camera. And if I have to, I do that as well. I will shoot flash from on camera to make my subject pop out, but I usually try to avoid that. I usually try to have it just outside the frame, just about outside the frame. And for that, I'm using a voice-activated light stand. That means I have a friend or my wife Emily with me, and they have got the flash either directly in their hand or they hold it on a pole so that they can easily lift it up. And I direct them so that they are just about outside the frame. I couldn't do that with a regular light stand. That would be way too much work. But just telling them, oh, move a step to the left or move a step to the right, that's very fast, that's very efficient, and it works very well. The pole that they use for holding up the flash, in the past this was my travel light stand, but nowadays I have a new tripod, a really cool tripod. It's named Travel Angel from Benro, and one of the cool functionalities of this tripod is that I can detach one leg. So I detach that leg, I put the flash onto this leg, and then my voice activated light stand can use it as a pole, and this pole is much more stable than the travel light stand that I used in the past. Another use I have for this detachable leg is I use it as a video monopod for my videographer. In the past I always had my video monopod with me, but now when I use it I just use this one leg from my tripod. So it's very versatile, it's working great with my flashes and the voice activated light stand, and the flash on top of it usually has got a standard reflector because that makes it easy to direct the light really directly to the subject. I do not use umbrellas over here on Lanzarote because they will always fly away. It really wouldn't work. When I need really soft light, then I can use an umbrella softbox. That is working fine in the wind, but it's also eating up flash power. And over here on Lanzarote, the flash is at its limits. Today I'm shooting on f4 at 1/1000th of a second ISO 100. That means the flash has to work very hard even without going through a softbox. A lot of times I find something where I can hide my flash behind, like a tree, or at the beach I shoot a scene where the flash is hidden behind the couple, pretty much in the water. And that makes for a lighting that is on the one hand pretty impossible, but on the other hand it's also very interesting. If there would be nothing to hide and if I would really not be able to get it out of the frame, then I would just live with it. I would have my flash in the frame and I would take it out in Photoshop later. But so far I was always able to position the flash somehow outside the frame or hide it somewhere. When I direct my voice activated light stand to go closer or further away, then I have to correct the power setting of the flash really fast. I have to dial it up and down. And today I've got the brand new Odin 2 controller with me. On that controller, I just push the button for the right group, in my case group A, and then I use a dial to increase or decrease the flash power, which is super fast. It's the first time that I'm trying out the Odin 2, but I already feel that it really speeds up my flow a little bit and that it is very, very handy for quickly correcting the light. In any case, I would like to motivate you to try out a voice activated light stand. Just ask a friend, ask your spouse to help you with that. They hold the flash, let's say on a pole, and you direct them to the ideal position for the light for your subject. It's a lot of fun and you will learn a lot doing so give that one a try. And like always, for that, I wish you good light.